This weekend is traditionally celebrated as Laetare Sunday. Laetare means rejoice. So what exactly are we supposed to be rejoicing in on this fourth Sunday of Lent? Well, in our liturgical context today, we're rejoicing that Lent is almost over and our redemption is at hand. Soon and very soon, we will be in the midst of Holy Week, and the three most holiest days of the year will be celebrated: Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and Holy Saturday. We are rejoicing because soon the light of the world, the way, truth, and life, will suffer, die, and rise from the dead. However, we too will participate in this mystery and not just be spectators sitting in our pews. We have already taken an active role in the Paschal Mystery when we were baptized, and now as disciples of Jesus, we are sent on mission. This is why St. Paul begins with, "Whoever is in Christ is a new creation. The old things have passed away. Behold, new things have come." My brothers and sisters, this is the sacrament of baptism. This is what happens when we were baptized, when your children were baptized, and when their children will be baptized. We die the death that matters. And not only that, but we also share in the resurrection of Jesus, the same death and resurrection that we will celebrate in just 3 weeks. This is also how God has reconciled himself to us by handing his own Son over to be murdered. St. Paul writes, "God was reconciling the world to himself in Christ, not counting their trespasses against them, and entrusting to us the message of reconciliation." You see, this reconciliation is described as an act of justification. This contrasts with the covenant that condemned. Jesus is the fulfillment of the law and the prophets. No longer do we fear the law. We are called to love. Jesus doesn't use the language of the Old Covenant that starts with, "Thou shalt not." Instead, Jesus says, "Blessed are those who." And now, my brothers and sisters, we are called to share that love with everyone we meet. We are called to be the ministers of reconciliation now. We have been baptized, not only into Christ's death and resurrection, but also his ministry of love and mercy. St. Paul says, "We are ambassadors for Christ, as if God were appealing through us." So how do we do this? We follow the example of Jesus. And the Church gives us a perfect example in our gospel of the prodigal son. A lot of ink has been spilled and keyboards worn down writing about this parable. But I want to bring one theme and 3 points from this story to the forefront for us today. We are called to be Jesus in the world today, yes? So look what Jesus and the Father do in our gospel. Jesus is described as welcoming sinners and eating with them. The Son in the story is returning home, and the Father sees him at a distance and runs to the Son. And the son who stayed home refuses to enter the house, so the Father comes out to speak with his Son. Did you pick up on the theme? Jesus and the Father go to the sinners. the lost, the broken, and even those of us who think we're fine, but treated unfairly. That's how we are to be ministers of reconciliation. That's what we should be doing every day. The Incarnation is God coming down from heaven to earth, becoming like us, so he can save us through his passion, death, and resurrection. Jesus is always coming after us, desiring us, running after us. We need to do that to all of our sisters and brothers who have either left the faith or are struggling in their faith. Go to them. Don't wait for them to come to you or for them to come to church. Invite them to our celebrations this coming Holy Week. Walk with them here as Jesus has been walking with all of us our whole lives. Be the minister of love and mercy God is calling us to be. Become who you will receive from this altar. Be Jesus. It is in accomplishing this task of becoming Jesus that we have a true cause to rejoice.